I will give, yes.
What you're proposing, or what the president is proposing here, does not sound like it's in keeping with American tradition when it comes to immigration. The Statue of Liberty says, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses."
The Statue of Liberty is a symbol of liberty enlightening the world. It's a symbol of American liberty lighting the world. The poem that you're referring to that was added later is not actually part of the original Statue of Liberty.
Sorry.
No,
Jim,
let me ask you a question.
That sounds like some National Park revisionism.
No, what I'm asking you is...
Statue of Liberty...
Jim, I appreciate your speech. Jim, I appreciate your speech, so let's talk about this.
It was a modest...
Jim, let's talk about this. In 1970, when we let in 300,000 people a year, was that violating or not violating the Statue of Liberty law of the land? In the 1990s, when it was 500,000 a year, was it violating or not violating the Statue of Liberty law of the land?
Was it violating?
When it was 700,000 a year. No, tell me what years. Tell me what years. Tell me what years meet. Tell me what years meet Jim Acosta's definition of the Statue of Liberty poem law of the land. So you're saying 1 million a year is the Statue of Liberty number. 900,000 violates it, 800,000 violates it.
You changed.
Surely, Jim, you don't actually think that a wall affects green card policy. You couldn't possibly believe that, do you? Actually, the notion that you actually think immigration is at a historic law, the foreign-born population in the United States today, Jim,
Staff on Monday talking about how border crossings.
Do you really? I want to be serious, Jim. Do you really at CNN not know the difference between green card policy and illegal immigration?
Sir,
are you really don't know that?
Cuban immigrant. They do it through a lot of hard work, and yes, they may learn English as a second language later on in life.
So, but
this
Jim,
this whole notion of, well, they could learn, they have to learn English before they get to the United States. Are we just going to bring in people from Great Britain and Australia?
Jim, actually, I have to honestly say, I am shocked at your statement that you think that only people from Great Britain and Australia would know English. It reveals your cosmopolitan bias to a shocking degree that in your mind, no, this is an amazing moment. This is an amazing moment. That you think only people from Great Britain or Australia would speak English is so insulting to millions of hardworking immigrants who do speak English from all over the world. Jim, have you honestly never met an immigrant from another country who speaks English outside of Great Britain and Australia? Is that your personal experience?
Of course there are people who come in.
But that's not what you said, and it shows your cosmopolitan bias. And I just want to say...
It sounds like you're trying to engineer the racial and ethnic flow of people into this country.
Jim, that is one of the most outrageous, insulting, ignorant, and foolish things you've ever said.
Hey everyone, we now have a microphone on Jim Acosta. Jim Acosta, my CNN colleague and also a Cuban American. I know your backstory, but
Sure.
Perhaps Stephen Miller was not aware when he was the whole back and forth with the green card. Jim Acosta, your questions were about, being surprised that you would have to speak English to come here. What the heck did you make of that exchange?
Well, you can be Cuban and cosmopolitan, Brooke. I don't know what to tell you. I think when the White House has to resort to insulting reporters in that fashion, and we've seen this time and again throughout the course of this administration, they're just really not advancing a terribly powerful argument. Remember, when the president launched his campaign for president, he referred to Mexican immigrants as rapists and criminals.